Right, for some reaction, we bring in political analyst Sandilwe Swana, who joins us. A very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, we're learning that the withdrawal of the legacy foundations has had no impact on the preparations for the launch. And on the other end, the legacy foundations have criticized the move away from a citizen-led initiative, highlighting the timing, the lack of financial planning, and the risk of this dialogue lacking in substance. What is your take on this matter?
Oh, thank you, Mpo, and good evening to your viewers. Yes, if the report says the legacy foundations and any other party perhaps that has left this national dialogue event has no impact, it may well be that the foundations may not have noticed before time that they are actually irrelevant to the process that they think they are leading or a part of. So that is why there's no impact, even if they pull out of it. When I listen to these reports that are being made and the ones published in the newspapers, I notice, I mean, for somebody to say an event of this magnitude, the work of organizing it has been done in the past 4 days, more than any other period. It's clear that this is a rushed job. However, what is more concerning to me is that it is a clear sign to me that there is a very clear intention to continue with the spirit and attitude of mediocrity that has been in place since 2009, especially after the ANC Polokwane conference. It's a spirit of nihilism, a spirit of failure and recklessness. That is how I see this, because the issues that are in the letter penned by these foundations raise a serious issue, which are then confirmed in the very same press conference, that those issues are actually there, they've not been attended to, they remain in place, that they will actually, there's about 13,600 and something number of consultations that will take place, national dialogue events, that will be, resources will be organized as they go along. The resources are not in place. There's 50,000 citizen-led consultations that will, 50,000 that will take place. When I listen to the presentation, it means again, those events, resources will be gathered as they go along. So this has got a very different complexion to what some of the people who have now pulled out thought it was. This is just a continuation of the mediocrity.
And how significant is that part alone as you speak about the spirit of failure, mediocrity, and the potential significance of a national dialogue at this point in time in South Africa as we look at demographics, as we look at unemployment issues, as we look at the state of the economy?
The national dialogue is important, especially I think that is why some of the people have had to be sidelined in a sense, because the dialogue itself is in fact subversive to the ruling elites and their business partners, because part of this dialogue, it would have to come to the conclusion that yes, we have office bearers in the state, but we don't have a government that is actually running the state. This is a mindless, South Africa is caught up in a continuing mindless drift. So part of the conclusions of this dialogue would have been to say, perhaps we need to stop this bus and change the constitution so that properly elected people can run this country and dissolve this government. And I think the ruling elites and their business partners are very aware that the time for them to be removed from power is around the corner. And this could be one thing.
So, as just going back a little bit to the legacy foundations, you speak about how perhaps the you know, how they might have not realized that they're irrelevant perhaps. How might the absence of these prominent foundations affect the legitimacy or inclusivity of the national dialogue in the public, in the eyes of the public? Could it erode public trust in the process? Because the issues that are being raised, like it being too rushed and the lack of financial planning, that in itself is something crucial.
This is an elite capture. This is a form of state capture, if you like, whereby the ruling elites are going to produce a document that they claim we produced that document as South Africans. They know exactly where they want to take this process. The ordinary South Africans are going to gain zero. The negative GDP growth rate, the unfavorable GDP growth rate, which lies below 1%, is going to continue. Unemployment is going to escalate to 15 million. This process is not going to help us. And the reason why some of these people are now excluded from the process is because they were going to challenge the fundamentals of the gravy train and the system of sustaining incompetence in the state. That is why they are not there.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us. We're going to have to leave it there for now. Political analyst Sandilwe Swana giving us a sense there of the impact of the National Dialogue and Legacy Foundations withdrawing from the preparatory task team